This was two things for the left and the leftist media. First, it was a good way to change the channel on the image of the last few months of left-wing mobs screaming at conservatives and Republicans, such as at the confirmation hearings of Brett Kavanaugh. So it was an antidote to that, and it played to their accusation, long-standing, that Trump is a Nazi, even though Trump, in the eyes of the killer, was a Jew lover. So that's nothing 100 journalists couldn't fix, though, including the Washington Post, owned by Jeff Bezos of Amazon. It's his way of putting the thumb on the scale of the national conversation. So the Washington Post ran a piece, as did so many other journalists, confirming that Trump is a Nazi by showing that the Jews of Pittsburgh said Trump isn't welcome there because he's too pro-Nazi. Look at this. He is not welcome here. Thousands support Pittsburgh Jewish leaders calling on Trump to denounce white nationalism. Wow, that's like a huge rally or something. Thousands of Jews support Jewish leaders against Trump. It's official, people. I mean, you might not think Trump is anti-Semitic, but the Jewish people clearly do, and they would know. Except that's not really what happened, was it? Here, let me read a little bit from the story. More than 16,000 people have signed an open letter to President Trump from the leaders of a Pittsburgh-based Jewish group who say the president will not be welcome in the city unless he denounces white nationalism and stops targeting minorities after a mass shooting Saturday at a local synagogue left 11 dead. Oh, so it's an online petition, like getting Facebook likes. Just 16,000, eh? I mean, we've got petitions at the Rebel with 10 times as many signatures as that. Can I get an excited story in the Washington Post too? But again, leaders of a Pittsburgh-based Jewish group. So even if the 16,000 names were just clicks online, and I'm not sure how the Post knows if they were Jewish. I mean, the Pittsburgh Jewish group says Trump is racist and can't come visit them. I guess that part's true still, right? And that story ran a lot of places, same information. Here's the New York Daily News, very large newspaper, by the way, read by a lot of Jews. Pittsburgh Jewish leaders tell Trump to stay away unless he denounces white nationalism. I'll read a little bit from this story in the Daily News. President Trump is not welcome to visit Pittsburgh unless he denounces white nationalism and starts targeting and endangering all minorities. A group of the city's Jewish leaders said Sunday. Oh, the leaders said it. For the past 3 years, your words and your policies have emboldened a growing white nationalist movement, said a letter signed by 11 Jewish leaders on the website of Bend the Ark, a progressive Jewish organization. You yourself called the murderer evil, but yesterday's violence is the direct culmination of your influence, the letter said. Wow, who knew that Pittsburgh was so woke? But again, if the Jewish elders of Pittsburgh say Trump's anti-Semitic, it's probably true. Here's that same story in Mediaite, an online website. Here is The Hill, a prominent news organization in Washington, D.C. Jewish leaders tell Trump he's not welcome in Pittsburgh. So it must be true. I mean, I've just shown you 4 different mainstream media outlets saying the same thing. So it's settled. Jewish leaders say Trump caused, directly was their word, the mass shooting of Jews. And he's not welcome in Pittsburgh until he apologizes. Forget about the fact that the killer is an anti-Trump hater, precisely because he thinks Trump is too Jewy. Believe these 4 stories instead. All right, so who are these Jewish leaders? I'm curious because I read the news and because I'm Jewish. And I know that sometimes Jewish leaders are more liberal leaders who happen to be Jews. So let's check. Let's go to the website. Remember, it's a group called Bend the Ark. Here's their website. It's a George Soros-backed left-wing group. Scroll down their website. Look at their motto there. How we resist and win? That's their motto. How we resist and win. Resist and win. They're not a Jewish group. They're not studying the Jewish Bible called the Torah. They're not about Jewish schools or hospitals or pro-Israel activism or even just charity work. They're a Democrat activist group, part of the resistance. They use that language. They just happen to be a Jewish club of the Democrats, like the Democrats have various identity groups. That's an excerpt from my daily show, the Ezra Levant Show, weekdays at 8 p.m. Eastern. Every day I do a monologue, interview a guest, and read my fan mail and my hate mail. To subscribe, go to therebel.media/shows.